Shaddoll has finally been added to Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. Hello guys and welcome back to another cold episode. On today's episode, we're talking about a good thing that happened in Duel Links. Duel Links actually did something fun. They added Shaddoll. Shaddoll is one of my favorite decks of all time, and it is honestly just like a perfect fit for Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, and I'm surprised it has taken this long to introduce them. Now, granted, when I say introduce them, I more expected, like, the flip monsters, because those should have been in the game for, like, ever. But they added all of it all in one set, which is pretty nice, because that means now you can get it all in one box. With two exceptions. That being Winda, okay, three exceptions. Winda, Shekinaga, and Shaddoll Fusion are not technically cards in the game. However, Winda and Shaddoll Fusion, and Schism, sorry, forgot about Schism, are all in this skill. At the beginning of the duel, add a Winda, add 3 Shaddoll Fusion, and add a Schism to your deck, except you can only special summon Shaddoll monsters, excluding special summons from your extra deck. So, basically what this means is, technically you have a Winda, but only one. And you also only have one Schism. That's enough though. Most decks would only ever play one anyway. However, there is a second part to this. Once per duel, you can return a Shaddoll monster in your grave, or among your banished cards, to your extra deck or deck. This basically allows you to recycle the Winda if you need to. So, anyway, here's more or less what I've been playing. Now, obviously, I would play more Wendy if I had them, and I would play more Construct if I had them. I'd play 2 of each. But I am poor, and Duel Links is a scam, so there you go. Anyway, let's just quickly do the card by card and the explanation. Starting off with the 2 Magistus of Veri. This card's very nice. It's a light, it adds a fusion spell, and it allows you to, and it's a spellcaster. Pretty nice. On top of that, you have Zuora, which is also pretty good, because what this does is it allows you to equip Artemis, or this guy, which is pretty nice, to itself. Then it can special summon it from the grave or the hand, a spellcaster type monster, a level 4 spellcaster type monster, and then on top of that, Artemis allows you to search out this guy. Pretty good. Yeah, I think this card's very, very good. Also, because it allows you to special summon a level 4 monster, you can then go into Scrap Dragon, since it's a tuner, so we're playing that guy as well. As for the rest of the monsters, it's pretty standard Shaddoll stuff. Wendy, Dragon's crazy because being able to pop spells and traps is very powerful. We have Squamata, Hedgehog, Falco. Beast isn't in the game. Don't know why, but it's just not in the game, so there's that. All of the other ones are Hell Shaddoll, etc. Beast, it's too powerful. To be fair, it kind of is, but still. Anyway, we're playing 1 Super Polymerization. It's decent. We're also playing Dark Hole. I mean, you almost plus off of it, so why not? You could argue that you should play more. I don't know. It's okay, but I feel like traps are just better in Duel Links. We're playing 2 El Shaddoll Fusion, and then we're playing the 1 Magistus Invocation. We're playing 1 Crackdown, as well as 2 Compulse for our Limit 3 traps. Yeah, you can't really play IDP, Ice Dragon's Prison, so we're not playing that one. 1 Warning Point, and then 2 Sinister Shadow Games. Send a Shaddoll in order to flip up your face-down Shaddoll monsters. It's also just used to send a Shaddoll, like Squamata that can send Dragon to pop a spell trap, or Wendy to get blockers, or whatever it may be. As for the extra, this should be like 2 Construct, probably instead of Scrap Dragon. But Construct, the Magistus Fusion monster, the Magistus Link monster, Grista, which a lot of people aren't playing, but I think you should definitely play it. I think it's very good. The Wendigo for the Wendy, Phoenix, and Gravity Controller. Let's hop into the replays and show you how this deck performed. Alright, here we are starting off against Heroes, because of course we are. I have a Vendetta against Heroes, so let's, I don't know, deal with them. Also, Eternal Bond is an absolutely insane skill, and you'll see in a second. Anyway, we're going to normal summon the Veri. Veri is going to grab the fusion spell. We're then going to fusion summon into our Construct, because of course we are. Construct is going to send Squamata. Squamata is then going to send the Schism, and then we're going to link that off into Gravity Controller to grab back the Schism with the Construct effect. Then we're going to just set 2 and pass, I guess. My opponent's going to normal summon Ubel, and then utilize that Ubel to go into Terror Incarnate, which is then going to flip face up and then just nuke it. Nuke the field. Cool. Anyway, I'm just going to set the Squamata and put back the Construct and pass the turn. My opponent's going to normal summon another Yubel, go for another Terror Incarnate, flip that face up, then go for another Terror Incarnate, or another, I don't know, evolution to go into Ultimate Nightmare. These are not something that is played in the deck. These just showed up from nowhere. What? What? Okay, sure. No, that's fine. Anyway. Nearest Fusion activates, they're going to summon the Kluger. And also, just, why not? Also add Super Polymerization. Because, sure. Anyway, Squamata is just going to pop the Terror Incarnate, or the Ultimate Nightmare. And then Terror Incarnate's going to nuke the field, and not really that big of a deal. Now we can go for the Shaddoll Fusion to go into Wendigo, so that we can send a Dragon as well as a Wendy. So we're going to do both of those. And out comes the Falco, as well as the, we're going to pop the Book of Moon. We're going to protect with the Wendigo, and then we're going to take 300. But now Falco is going to bring back the Dragon. Alright, now we get to basically nuke the field, or not nuke the field, but reset. Right, they nuke the field with the Terror Incarnate, we pop their Super Polymerization that they just set, and add back the Fusion. We're just going to set the Falco, which is then going to bring itself back. So, yeah, that didn't really accomplish anything for my opponent. Because, yeah, they just decided not to do anything. Anyway, Falco is going to bring back the Dragon, which then we will activate the Dark Hole, so that the Dragon can trigger and pop the back row. I'm kind of scared of it, and it was just Book of Moon, so not really that big of a deal. We're going to Compost back the monster that they special summon, and now we can go for Zuora. Zuora is going to equip the Artemis, which allows them to bring back the Squamata, and then Artemis is going to search out the Light monster, and hey, guess what? We put back the Construct that we were playing, so now we can go for a Construct again. So we're going to go for the Construct here, activate its effect, activate Squamata effect. It doesn't really matter, we have lethal on field, and my opponent sees the writing on the wall, and just concedes. Good game. Alright, here we are going second against, it's Blue Eyes, let's be honest. And no one else is playing Kaiba except for Blue Eyes players, so of course it's Blue Eyes. So, anyway, yeah, my opponent also has an insanely broken skill, which gives them Chaos Max. So we do have to kind of be worried about that, because we don't really have a way of dealing with that. It just won't show up, it's fine. We're going to normal summon the Zuora, activate its effect in order to go into the Artemis and MST. Well, that's the most valuable MST I've ever seen. I guess just Fusion. We're going to go into Grista. Grista's actually very good here, mostly because it is able to hit the Synchro monsters, it's able to hit Alternative, it's able to hit, yeah, anything like that, so pretty good. Anyway, so we're going to add to our hand the Squamata, set 2, and pass. My opponent is going to set another card, and at this point I'm like, okay, one of these is a bait, it was this one, I called it correctly. Fantastic. Okay, so my opponent activates the Blue Eyes Dimension, which allows them to dump 2 cards, and so now they have Silver's Cry. So Silver's Cry is going to bring back the Dragon Spirit of White, and of course they target the middle card, so I'm just going to Sinister Shadow Games here, dumping the Wendy. Wendy effect is going to activate, bring out the Falco. They're going to normal summon it, Blue Eyes White Dragon, flip up their level 1 tuner, and Synchro Summon. Cool, anyway, bye! Anyway, send Squamata, Squamata effect, send Hedgehog, Hedgehog add back the Squamata, because of course. And now we're going to compost that monster back to your hand, and yeah, this game is cleanly sealed. We should be able to easily walk into my opponent's board, and just lethal, you know, so good game. Alright, here we are up against Kite Tenjo, which, well, let's see how this goes. I'm going second, once again, so, we'll see what my opponent is playing. A very interesting hand. They're playing Constellar Union, which is actually a pretty cool skill, I will say. You're locked into Constellars, which is pretty nice, but you can basically go into any of your Constellars for free. It's pretty cool. They also dump 2 cards, because of course not. Of course, why would you not? Anyway, Sombre is going to then add back a monster, add back the Pollux. They're going to normal summon the Pollux here. Extra normal, yada yada. It's Constellar. They're basically just going to make a whole bunch of guys, like Pleiades, and they're also going to go for Omega. But out comes Pleiades. They're also going to go for the this guy. Activate the continuous spell, draw a card, and go into Omega. Now, if you haven't read Omega, it just makes them unaffected by spell and trap card effects. So, cool. Anyway, we're going to go for the Construct here, because we drew the Shaddoll Fusion. We're going to dump a whole bunch of cards. They're going to go Pleiades and just bounce my construct. I'm like, that's totally fine with me. Anyway, Hedgehog and Wendy are going to activate, and we're going to special summon out our Falco here, and then we're going to add the Dragon, and yeah, we're going to go for the El Shaddoll fusion here with the Winda. And we're going to go for the Dragon, popping the back row, which is Crackdown, which I'm like, okay, that's a little annoying, but not really that big of a deal. And then we're just going to set 3 and pass, okay? Alright, my opponent decided in the draw phase to fire off their Omega, which is kind of funny because now I can just chain Crackdown and take the Pleiades. They decided to not bounce the Crackdown, which is kind of interesting. I guess that makes sense, but away goes my Winda. Oh no. Anyway, not really that big of a deal. They're going to normal summon a whole bunch, not really, again, not really that big of a deal. They're going to go for the Ptolemy, and I'm like, I don't like that one. So I'm going to activate my Schism here. We're going to banish 2 in order to go for our Construct. And if you don't know, Schism has a secret effect. Yes, it allows you to fusion summon a fusion monster by banishing materials, but it also allows you to, if the material, or if the fusion monster is the same attribute as an opponent's monster, you get a non-target send it to the grave after resolution, which is pretty cool. So now we get to send the Dragon to the graveyard with the Construct, and then pop it their draw spell. They're going to normal summon a whole bunch more Living Fossil. Sure, why not? Of course. And make a second Ptolemy. Yeah, sure. Activate the effect that they're going to bounce my Construct. I'm like, what? Of all the things to bounce, that is not the one. Anyway, we're going to Sinister Shadow Games, sending Hedgehog, grabbing Falco. So, yeah, I'm just kind of milling here at this point, not really doing a whole lot. And I draw Zora! Base. So, Zora effect is going to activate, and we're going to special summon out our Dragon, which is pretty nice. We're also going to add the Vere, and now we can synchro off into Scrappy Boy. There he is, Scrap Boy. We're going to activate our Schism, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. I just want Construct here. So while I do target to send, kind of, it doesn't actually go to the graveyard. We're going to activate the Scrap Dragon. We're going to pop up my own Construct as well as their Ptolemy, and then add back the Shaddoll fusion. We're going to put back the Construct, and then we're going to go for it. Actually, Winda here. No real reason in particular. I just feel like having the Schism able to send a card to the graveyard is a little bit more important. We're going to do a whole bunch of damage. I also didn't have lethal there, so that's another reason. But they're going to go for the Sombre again, activate its effect, yada yada. You've seen the deal, right? Except they don't actually have anything else. So they just kind of concede. They didn't really have anything. They bring back the Pollux, but Pollux doesn't give them an extra normal, so they would have ended on like one guy, and then just also Winda's on the field, so they special summoned and then couldn't go into their extra deck, so whoops. Good game. Alright, and here we are once again going up against Blue Eyes. That's what they're called. I literally forgot that. Anyway, activate our skill, activate their skill. Scared, but we should be fine. I'm actually just going to set 2 and pass. I didn't really think about it, that they were playing Blue Eyes. But I did just set a 0 defense point monster. It should be fine, but it might not be. We do have Sinister Shadow Games, so it's fine. It's fine. Trust. They're going to activate the Bingo Machine Go. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. It's fine. They're going to Monster Reborn. Sure. Bring back the guy. Sure. I'm going to go for the Sinister Shadow Games. You simply don't have it. Trust. We're going to send to the Squamata. Bounce back the guy. Squamata effect. It resolves. We're looking good. Okay. We're going to bring back the Hedgehog and pass. And pass. Alright, let's go for the OTK. So I'm going to grab Schism here, and then I go, oh wait, I'm stupid. That's not what I was supposed to do. And then I remember that this guy can just become a 2500 attack point monster for no reason. So, yeah, good game. Alright, so is Duel Links now a good game again because Shaddolls are in it? Yes, absolutely. I love Shaddolls, so yeah, being able to play them again in another new format, in another new way, is very fun, and I do thoroughly enjoy it. Also, just having like a mastery over Shaddoll makes it a lot more entertaining. Being able to do all of the little tricks and things that work very well, like being able to summon Construct and stuff like that. But I will say, it is kind of sad missing a few cards. Like, a notable exclusion is that there is not the Incarnation Trap, I believe is what it's called. The one that, like, brings back a monster from the grave or, like, flips a monster face up. That one kind of sucks, because normally I would send that with Construct. And then, like, you'd set you'd, like, Shaddoll Fusion, send Wendy, send Squamata, go into, or not Squamata, send a light, right? Go into Construct, Wendy bring back the Hedgehog, Construct send the Trap card, banish the Wendy and the Trap card, flip up the Hedgehog, Hedgehog grab me the Schism, and then you're off to the races. But can't do that. Sad day. Not really that big of a deal, though. Still very fun, and I do thoroughly enjoy it. And is it the best deck? I doubt it. It's probably not, but it's good, which is nice. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope that you guys did indeed enjoy it. If you did, like us very much, I appreciate it. And if you want to check out more content like this, as well as more Yu-Gi-Oh!, then just be sure to subscribe. Anyway, remember to always stay frosty. Bye-bye. Shout out to the Frost Guard, my members. Thank you guys so much for the support, and I hope you enjoy the content.